Hey, my name is Chaz McKelvey. I'm a Chief Warrant Officer for the Georgia Army National Guard. Fly the Black Hawk helicopter. I'm an instructor pilot full-time out at Dobbins Air Reserve Base on the Clay National Guard side. It's been 20 plus years of service, a lot of different twists and turns in my career. When I got home after my last deployment, I realized that after losing many friends through combat, through suicide over the years, you wash blood out of the back of an American helicopter. It's humbling. It's traumatic, and at the time you don't deal with it, you don't realize it, and so you shelve it and you try to forget about it. With that, you look for answers in the wrong places. The military culture is very good about living of the world. Unfortunately, I had bought into that. I forgot what it meant to be a follower for a long time, and I came home, I was angry, drank to the point of excess, tried to find answers anywhere except for where I should have looked in the first place. The first service I had here after the sermon with James and the praise and worship, I couldn't get out of my chair. The Holy Spirit struck me down quite literally, and I was sobbing uncontrollably. I had tried to fight by myself for so long that I forgot who was right with me, who was by my side the entire time. It was like he was holding on to my shoulder and just said, I never left. I'm right here. I've been here the whole time. When you're having, spiritual warfare, it's not that much different than having to go to actual combat. You don't go to combat alone. You don't go by yourself. You don't try to fight the enemy alone. And somehow I tried to do that. It wasn't just me. I looked around and realized how many other brothers and sisters, whether they were firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, obviously other service members, and we all tried to fight these battles by ourselves constantly out of pride, out of shame, just out of the fact that we don't want to tell people our stories because they don't understand or they can't relate. When we go to combat, you call in for air support, you call in for ground support, you call in reinforcements. You never go alone. And so when I realized, why are we so foolish to do this on a spiritual level? We were trained for years to do this as a professional. With that being said, I knew that I had some kind of a calling. I looked around at the church and realized there's other guys in here that might need to let some steam off and to let things out and to talk about where they've come from and what hurts them, their own inner battles, their demons they've overcome, the ones they're still fighting. If you'd have told me 4 years ago that I'd be leading a small group of men in this church, I would have thought that was impossible. The group that we have now is called Operation Forge. The biggest mission now we have is just really spreading the word, knowing that, hey, you know what, if you're fighting those battles alone, you're not alone. You've never been alone. We're here. We'll give you whatever resources that have helped us along the way. Proverbs 27:17 is iron sharpens iron. That's what we're here for, is to sharpen each other's as not just believers, but as war fighters. We have been trained our whole careers to be fighters. And why would you think that any suffering or defeat is a permanent defeat? It's never. As long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as you have the will to continue to fight, you press the fight on. You never quit fighting. And that suffering, those moments of despair, those moments of hurt, they're only temporary. There's still a battle to be won, and the best news is we don't have to guess. We already know who won it.